Check. Check. Oh, I know what that is. All right, me. Check. Test, test. All right. Good morning. My name is Kevin, and I'm I'm listening to myself to check the audio on this new setup that I have. Check, check. Um, this here is my broadcasting software. Test. Test, check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decibels. Next is this. Test, test, test. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. -12, -6. Check, check. Oh, hey, what's up, gal? Let me turn my buds off so I don't confuse myself. Thanks for sharing that. What do you think about our new setup here? This here is my my broadcasting software. And this here's my broadcasting software that I use, and I had the idea to come in and show maybe when I start going live in the mornings to talk, I thought I could maybe combine efforts, because every morning I also build my my cup videos here, and so this here is my Adobe Premiere software, and this is where I build the videos that I make for the internet, for YouTube. And so I thought if I could wrap my head around it, I make these every day or whenever I make them, a couple of times a week, and it usually takes me about 30 minutes. So I thought what I would do is go live and try to work through this live so that if people want to come by and ask questions or talk in the morning, this could be a good place to do it. And then maybe people will start seeing what goes into making these videos, so that if they want to try to make them themselves, they can. And then maybe when we're done with the making the video and going live, then we'll publish that video, to kind of like make a premiere out of it. So anyways, that was the idea I had. And so I came over here to OBS this morning, and I quickly threw together this screen capture live scene where I added my my picture, little drop shadow to kind of give it some separation. And then I had a display capture. I had the window capture. I used a window capture, but then the window captures would only pick up Premiere, where if I do the display capture, then I can pick up Premiere, I can pick up OBS, and then also whenever I go to pull open a file, I can pull those out. I feel I like the idea. I do feel a little kind of uneasy with it, because I know that now I'm kind of like opening up my computer to the world, and I feel like that could be mildly dangerous if you like flip to the wrong thing or see the flip to the sensitive information. But I'll just have to kind of be mindful of it. For instance, I've got YouTube on this tab. And what I did was, I know that if I show screen analytics or the stream settings, that's where I've got my URL keys. And that could be, I know someone could hijack the feed in the middle of the stream. So then I purposefully had to select analytics just to make sure that someone couldn't jump over. So yeah, I don't think there's anything here that could be dangerous. But anyways, we thought we'd try it out. This is our first day. How are you doing? I'm gonna go ahead and start working. It's been a little while. I know yesterday or last week we were gone quite a bit because we were ill, and we're glad to be back. We're good. You see Leela behind me here. Today we're.
Who's there?
That's Gal.
Oh, hey, Gal. How's it going?
Today we're supposed to be mixing glazes, and so this weekend I bought these graduated cylinders, and so we can use these to measure the specific gravity of our glaze mixtures. So I've never owned any of these before. I got 2 of them, and so we're excited to try this. But this week we're hoping to get into glaze work and do some glazing.
It's a lot of chemistry.
Yeah, it's chemistry, but it's probably more like recipes. You just kind of make recipes of the glazes that you want. But yeah, last week was a tough week with being ill, and out of the studio. Leela is, we just got we got an old computer gifted to us. And so we reformatted the entire computer this weekend. And so Leela's setting up her computer because we only have one computer. And so whenever we're working, it's either like she's on the computer and then that could hang me up if I need to do some stuff and vice versa. So since a lot of what she's doing is graphic design and or social media work, then she's got herself a little computer to do that. We are working so hard. I don't think that working hard gets you good recognition, but we're working hard to figure that out also. Yeah, hard work does not guarantee success. I think smart work coupled with hard work, that guarantees that you have a chance of being successful. They say that success is when preparedness meets opportunity. So our goal is to be as prepared as we can be so that if the opportunity arises, we'll be prepared for it. I'd have to say we're probably far from being prepared for success. But I think we're getting close to the right mindset. And if we can get the right mindset and the right focus, then I think that we'll be able to handle anything that comes our way. So we are excited for that. And just doing this today, like I can't believe that I came in here to make these videos, to make a cup video, and I think this is the one that I want to make. I think this is the video that I like. Oh, I think I lost it. I did lose it. Let me find it real quick. There it is. So I want to make this video here, and then I had the thought to share this, and so I came over here to OBS, and I knew that OBS could do it, but I wasn't sure how. But I spent years learning everything I could about this software, and I could not apply making a screen capture. Like I didn't know how to do a screen capture with the bubble and the audio, and then I've got another computer screen here where I can see the output, which is like using the projector to show you what you see and have everything work. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what to do. I just had the idea that I wanted to do a screen share. And so I just started going through the steps of what I knew, and I created a new scene, created new profiles, scene collections, and then I started just putting in the elements that I knew I needed. And then sure enough, it worked. And then I had to go, okay, now let's see if we can actually get the stream to go to YouTube. And then it all panned out. So we're like, this right here is a testament that if you know which direction to go in, like if you know the goal that you want to get to. Remember last time we were talking about tasks and goals? I just did 100 different tasks that I'd learned years ago over the last couple of years of playing with this software. At the time, I didn't have the ability within me to do it. There was too much fear to do it, but I learned those tasks even though I couldn't reach the goal. Like I couldn't implement the tasks. I still learned them. And then now, today, they've been manifest because I said, oh, I want to do this thing. I think I understand how to do it. And then here I am. It just fell together. And then I go live because I no longer have the fear of going live. I don't fear making mistakes or saying the wrong thing. You still have to be, I think, cautious, to a sense. I think the world can be a very dangerous place. So there is a level of, you want to be safe, but it's really a great feeling to see years of this work come together and just fall into place. And then here we are live doing a screen share. It's exciting. But yeah, the goals give us direction. The goals give us direction, and the tasks are things that we want to minimize. Minimize as few tasks as possible to accomplish the goals. So anyways, I'm gonna see if I can work, and I probably can't split mind and work and talk. I probably have to stop one or the other. But we'll see how it goes. You can hang out as long as you want. If you got questions, do so. If you want to share something about your weekend. How was your weekend? Did you do anything other than relax? Are your weeks so difficult that you enjoy relaxing when the time comes? Let me see if I can hear this click. Oh. What kind of mobile games do you play? I play this game called Bullet Echo, and I probably play it way too much. And I told myself at the end of the weekend that I was going to try to play it less this week. Battlegrounds, PUBG. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I know that acronym. PUBG. Is that a game where you build armies that kind of like operate in an algorithm? Is it multiplayer? Look at that. Player unknown battlegrounds. Yeah, I'm not sure I know what that is. and you play it on your cell phone. Oh yeah, I know Call of Duty. I have a buddy that plays that a lot. Let's see. Um, that's kind of what I play. On my phone, I play Bullet Echo, and it's like a 2D map that you look down on, and so all the players run around like on a battlefield on the ground, and you only have so much visibility, and then you got 5 teams of 3, and you go around and collect your bullets and your shields and your upgrades, and and then you kind of like you randomly get 2 players if you don't have like a team of friends. And so I don't have any teams of friends, so I always just get some random player, and random players, and you just never know if you're going to work together, if everyone's going to run off in their own direction. Uh, but I use a character. I'm kind of like the person that eats the same food if I really like something. You know, if I go to a store and I like a meal, I don't want to risk getting a bad meal to try something new if I know that one meal is really good. And so that's kind of one of my personality traits. Anyways, I use this one character, and her name is Sparkle, and she looks like this little chubby mechanic girl, and she got a shotgun with 2 bullets, 2 very powerful bullets, and then she has a bag of grenades, 5 grenades that you can collect, and she's probably the weakest character in the game. Um, like she's really powerful in terms of like compact power, but she's very slow. She doesn't have much protection. She's kind of like a support character. And so she can't really get out there and just like attack things. Because she only got 2 bullets. And so you have to play very strategic, very smart, very behind the scenes, and you're just like sneaking around, trying to get really close to people for a surprise pop. And and so yeah, that's the character I always use, and the game is a lot of fun. Oh yeah, they have a different version for you. And did you enjoy that game? It's I think the game itself is rigged for like pay to play or pay to win, which I think a lot of people get upset about. Um, I don't pay anything for the game, and and that's why I typically lose is because my character is not very powerful. I think I just messed that up. Here we go. but yeah, I typically didn't play many. I don't typically play many video games. Uh, and then I got a VR headset, and the VR headset was super addicting. There was a game, Population One, and man, that game was like I played it all the time, and because it's VR, you would get so immersed in, just that adrenaline fight or flight response for hours. I would get off that game and it would take me at least an hour of off the screen before I could even go to bed. And I eventually had to stop playing it. And I didn't play any games again for a long time. And then I found the game Bullet Echo on my phone. And I go, you know, this is a fun game. Okay, so everything I've just done is I trimmed the footage for this cup down to the necessary footage, and then I gave it the necessary speed. And then what I do is I clip the throwing and the trimming, or I speed it up so that they're 1 minute each. And then the finished pieces, I uh, I clip them to 60 seconds each. And then I come over here. And this is the last cup we just published. If you remember seeing this one, this is our first cup. This is our first cup to get a lot of views. We have had very few views on our cups lately. And this one here just reached 1,000 views. And so, we used to get over 1,000 views on a lot of our cups, but then all of a sudden the algorithm dropped us for some reason, and now we're back down small. But this cup here is the last one we did. And so this is our template. This is the template that I built, and I've got all the different layers. And then a number of soundtracks that I filter through. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this one. These are our sequences. Duplicate, make this 71 for the next cup. This one is finished, so I'll move it into the finish folder and then close that, and then open 71. Okay, so now we have a new cup file, and this way I can keep track of all my cups that I do in case anything happens to my YouTube or footage account. I've got all the cups that we've done in the past. Oop. All right, cup 71. Come over here. Copy, paste. And then I bring the footage into here. So now I have throwing and trimming. Hold up. All right. Copy. I'm going to paste the attributes, and that gets the cup in an approximate location. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. And I'm going to make sure they fit. I feel like those are close enough.
Where's your authentication app located?
Okay. All right. Trim that. Trim that. Oh my. I don't know why that does that. Yeah, it dropped the views, but it dropped them for a long time. Like we had put out a lot of videos and they just weren't getting, you know, more than like 40 or 50 views, 60 views. And I don't know why. But we just kept putting them out. And then just Friday, we did that last cup and it got 1,000 views. So yeah, there's no telling. And they say that the algorithm is, they're starting to change it up a lot more right now. Even the monetization, they're moving it, I think they're doubling the watch hours. But I don't mind. I don't try to think about the algorithm. I never look at the stats. Like I'll see what videos are doing what. But to me, I think the best approach, since sanity is probably the most important thing in life, I don't try to please an algorithm. I don't care what the algorithm thinks or does. I will try to do better in areas that I think will help, in terms of like, yeah, if you have a good thumbnail, then you might get more views. If you title, you might get more views. But the thing is, as I go, we need to be ourselves. Like we need to do what we need to do in order to be who we are, produce the content that accurately portrays who we are, or accurately portrays what we want portrayed. And you do that, and if you get 10 people that want to be a part of that, then you make 10 really close friends. If 50 people want to get on board, then you've got, a little community. They say you can't really have more than 250 relationships in your life at one time. Like you can't really know that many people. Otherwise, your relationships are so diluted that you don't, you don't have, you don't have a quality relationship. And so social media, it has a way of letting people know about you, but then you have a real hard time knowing about them. And just like here, like you know a lot more about Leela and myself because we're making a video, we're putting our stuff out live, and we're sharing who we are. But it's like everyone doesn't do that. And if everyone did do that, you couldn't, you can't spend, time watching 250 different people. So it's really weird how the relationships in life, you can only have so few of them. And then the relationships online, you can have a lot of them, but they're often very diluted, or they're subject to only a specific type of relationship. And it's, it's life, it's what it is. It's a one-sided, social media is often very one-sided. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just more about sharing who you are and being real with who you are, and having the strength to put yourself out there, just like it takes strength to go and meet someone in public, to meet someone in a park and say, hey, let's have a talk. Let's sit down and have some food or a meal or something. That takes an amount of energy also. And so the reason I do this is because I believe the world needs more beautiful things. There's so much ugliness out there. There's so much hurt and crime and people hurting each other. And I go, if you create beauty, if you're someone that creates beautiful things, or does beautiful things, then you should share it, because the world is in great need of that. And so it might be difficult to do it, but I think it's very important. All right, so this is fun right here. What I do is I position the trimming to be small, but since the trimming is, I think, a very intimate process, it's very detailed and very, very small, very refined. Then what I do is I'll bring in my key marker, and then I set some in and out points, and I scale up. I scale up and then back down for a detailed shot. So you can see I have my first keystone here, my second keystone here. I don't know what they call these, keyframe. So I got two keyframes here and here. Oh, by the way, Gal, can you see my cursor? I don't think the algorithm should please us either. I think that the algorithm should be there to protect. I think the algorithm should be created to protect people, protect community, protect relationships. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's good to have access to a lot of things, or things should have more difficulty to access. That way it makes it worth it to get into a community, to be a part of something, because then there's more value in it. I think we would have a lot less, the shorts issue where people's minds are just being degraded by, these dopamine hits. It's a drug, it's like they treat social media like a new drug. And I think that that's wrong. And I'm learning that they actually are doing it and have been doing it in the food industry. You know, especially here in America, they, they make food, they treat food like a drug, and they try to make food addictive. And it's like, to do that, you're hurting people, and people, I don't know why, it's so easy to get addicted to something without knowing it, and then it's too late. And but social media is the same way. You get in there, and next thing you know, thank you for that. Next thing you know, you're addicted to substances that are harmful. And the governments are supposed to be there to protect you of that, protect you from corporations that harm people. And it's like social media companies should be protecting people, but they don't want to protect people. They want to maximize profits. They want to grow as big as they can. And it's like, there's really good things to growth, but it's like unhealthy growth just creates a rotten tree, right? Like a fast growing tree is a weak tree, but a slow growing tree is a strong, healthy tree. But everyone in America, and they all want to grow so fast that for money, for greed and for money and for profit margins, and it's like, yeah, you might have the freedom to do it, but how can you live with yourself knowing that you're enslaving people to something that is harmful? And then you have a world of people out there that want to do it. So if you think about it, going back, like, I'm in South Mississippi, and California may be a beautiful place, or, these places around the country may be beautiful, and I would love to visit them. But you can't just jump in the car or plane and fly there without it costing you something. And so then all of a sudden, vacationing becomes an investment. And when you have to invest in something, then you have skin in the game, and it becomes a valuable experience because it's not easily gained. And so in social media, there is a beauty to be able to go watch a video about the Swiss Alps or, some exotic location. But if you can just thumb through them one after another, then it's like, it just becomes you just become desensitized to it. It becomes devalued. And I think that that's what social media does, is it devalues people's content. It devalues beautiful things. And so, yeah, I think the algorithm should be there to protect people, protect content, protect our dopamine responses, so that these things stay valuable, so that humanity stays valuable. And I feel like it has the opposite effect. Okay, you can see my cursor. So anyways, I got two key frames, and then I set the middle one. And then when I enlarge this, it enlarges based on this blue piece here. And then I blow it up into the frame, so that now whenever the video plays, it expands for detail and then contracts down to the close. All right, so all of that is preset up. Regarding dopamine, yeah, and I don't know too much about it. I just, I've watched enough videos to be like, something is happening in my brain. The quick fix. All right, all of these videos here, I cut them so that they wrap back into each other. I'll triple that over. So now the cups have a seamless turn like that. And then for the last one, I bring in that. The final close. Oh, I lost it over here. All right, getting done. All right, Gal, what do you think this cup should be named? I'll play it. I don't know if you can actually hear. Oh, that is one thing that I haven't set up is how to hear the audio from this screen. Can you hear the audio? I ain't using viral music, Gal. I don't play that game. Unable to hear music. All right. Should we try to fix that or not worry about that right now? Maybe we'll make that another one. I don't want to play the game, Gal. I play my own game. I'm an artist. I create unique art. The music that I get from Bensound is real music made by real people. Now, if those real people use AI, then maybe they're scamming me. But you know, it is what it is. But Bensound Music, they produce a lot of music, and I really like. Obviously, their lo-fi tracks work really great for this type of stuff. Um, let's see if we can get the audio on. Audio, mics, audio 2. All right, tell me if you hear something. Let's bump this down. Okay, so here the audio is playing. And now over here, it says line in. Let's see if we can do a line out. Audio output, audio input. Nope. Yeah, I should be able to see the audio. Let's see if the display capture has audio. Capture automatic. No. Remove. Uh-oh. Don't remove that. Check. Okay. Everything's still good. All right, that's going to keep playing. So at least we know the audio is coming out. Audio output. Let's try desktop. Let's try speakers. None can cheat me. My art, my world, my rules, my music. Man, that's the way it needs to be. I mean, that's what my art represents is a unique identity. You know, everyone's out there trying to be like everyone else, and they want to remove the things that make you different, you know, that make you unique. You know, here in America, we got this problem because every city you go to has the same food, the same stores, the same corporate stuff. And it's like the cities, like these beautiful cities that have been around the longest, they lose their identity because they just move in a Walmart and a McDonald's and a Taco Bell. And it's like we really have like zero diversity between cities. Everything is the same. You know, they run everyone out of business. And, you know, it's like, what do you do with that? It's the way the world's going. Everybody's going to be able to eat the same thing, open the same processed package. They're going to be shipped all over the world. Me and you, gal, we're going to be able to eat the same food and taste the same thing. You like to try different things too? I mean, it doesn't matter what people like to try. I think it's just that people need to be comfortable being themselves. You know, like people want to be forced to do what everyone else is doing, to use the viral music, to tell the same joke and to act the same act because they all want the same glory and the same fame and the same money. And it's like, be yourself. All right, I'm not sure. Oh, test. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, I know. I can ask. I got ask AI how to do it. I have a video playing in Premiere that is being streamed live through OBS to YouTube. Oops. And I want to know how to get the Premiere display audio to play through OBS to stream to YouTube. I tell you, I have made great progress with AI, asking it how to do things. There's something very beautiful about it, and yet there's so much of AI that is not healthy, I think. But that's with everything. OBS application audio capture. I guess that was, oh, look at that right there at the top. Application capture. The window is Premiere. Can you hear any music? Hmm. Should be right here. Cup shorts.
Yeah,
But the question is, Gal, is
what
what you can learn a lot doing anything and talking to anybody.
My
My thought was to ask you, what do you think that
I was
I was going to ask you, what do you need help with? Like, what do you think where you're at in your life? How can I help you learn something or grow or I don't know. Like, we need to all make our own choices, but then your life, your culture, your world is so different from mine. I think the good thing for me is I do speak in a lot of principles. So I take things that are applicable to me, and then I find the principle of it to share the principle so that the principle can be applied to others. And so that was something that I was thinking about.
Asking you. Oh, I see that. I had two audio sources on. Check.
Check. Okay. That's the better one. Audio input capture. Remove. Remove. Desktop audio. Check. Check. The application audio. The application audio is not working. It does say beta. Adobe Premiere. Window matches. Check. I don't know. Still no sound. Let me see if I can hear it myself. But yeah, I don't know. How can like what do you like what I was just thinking what I can do to help you. Like if there's something in your life, an idea or a thought, I don't know. Maybe it's just what we're doing. Maybe it's just me being here. Me being here, being me. Maybe that will help you be you. Can you Can you make a YouTube channel? Can you make videos? Do you have something you could share to help others? Switch to a higher paying job? But see, I feel like I can't recommend that because that's not what I do, right? Like I have the lowest paying job. Like I literally barely make rent, and I live with my mom. I barely make rent and I live with my mom. But for me, my position in life is not to go after money, but it's to go after purpose. And so I always look for what is the purpose? What is my purpose? And I find that fulfillment is greater than money, right? Because it's like what I've been trying to talk about the last few days, and I'm like, just kind of struggling with it. It's defining what does it mean to be eternally minded versus, this existence, this world, this lifetime. I don't know what you would call it, timely minded. Like we live in this existence that is fleeting. Half of my life is probably over, give or take. And so if I live for money, all money is going to do is just afford me, like it's just holding my value, right? That's all money does, is it holds value. You work for someone and money holds your value. And what you're saying is you want to raise your value. You want to raise the value of who Gal is. But the thing is that you can have your value exchanged for money, or you can have your value exchanged for goodwill or purpose, right? So you can take your money and you can give it, you can exchange your value for money, and then your money, that value, you could go give it to people, and you could go help someone else with it. You could go pay, someone's groceries, buy someone food, buy someone some clothes, help someone else to overcome an obstacle, with that money, right? And that's goodwill. You're helping people. That's kindness that goes into the world to make the world a better place. Or if you can't find a way to trade your value from money to go take that money and go do that, you can actually go help people with your value. You can go and give them a hand, help them build something, help them grow something, help them do something. And you don't do it for money. You do it for kindness and goodwill, so that money never becomes the exchange, because you're still doing what you want to do, which is to be kind and to do something and to produce something and to share value. So money doesn't do anything except hold value. So what you have to think of is not, I need money or I need to raise value. You have to think, what is my value? What do I want to do to help someone or to do something? And if you want money, people want money because they want to buy things. You know, they want to upgrade. They want to upgrade their life, or they want to buy things. And so the thing is you can have all the things in the world, but it's not going to fill your goodwill. It's not going to fill your kindness, because whatever you could do with money to help someone, you could go help someone. And it's not the amount of the value that matters. It's the willingness to give any percentage. You could give 10%. You could give 100%. And that's what matters in life, is the amount of willingness to give your value and to share your value with the world. And so I don't know. And, you know, like, to find a higher paying job, all it means is you have to be able to produce more value, or to realize more value that you have. Like, you have a certain amount of value. Let's say you do your editing, and it says the standard level of editing and value is so much per hour. Like, that's just the industry will create a standard. And then you have to think to yourself, if this is the standard and this is what everyone else is doing, then what can I do that is higher than the standard level? And you can do that either by efficiency, like you can work faster so you can get more work done and in the amount of time that someone else does. Or you can do something unique that produces a value that no one else is producing. And that's typically what I do. Like, my pottery, if you look at it as pottery, it costs more than most pottery out there. But my pottery is extremely unique. It's very unique. So I'm doing something in pottery that is rare, and you're not going to find a lot of it. And so I think that the problem that I have is that people don't need pottery, right? Like, people tell me all the time, like, I don't need a little cup. And I'm trying to tell them, it's not a little cup. It's a piece of fine art. It's an expression of beauty and uniqueness. and the lessons that have been learned through the sacrifices that have been made to create this thing from nothing, even just the expression, is very valuable. But it's very hard to find people that are willing to exchange their value for my value, especially in a world where the economies are hurting and everyone is struggling to make money and to hold value. And, and in America, we have this idea that we need, retirement accounts. So there's a lot of people out there that have money and have value, but they're storing it because they want to extend their own pleasures for the longest amount of time. They want to reduce pain and they want to maximize their pleasures for the longest amount of time. And so they want to hold on to anything that they don't have to let go of. And so they go, well, I don't need that. But yet they enjoy the expressions of art that artists are giving on the internet all day long. People love to watch the internet, but they don't love to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. It's free entertainment. It's free value, but it's not free. Artists and creators are putting out a massive amount of value. They're just giving value at the hopes, like you say, at the hope that something builds. And then someday you get enough people that recognize it and they want to reimburse you for that value, maybe like an investment. But the world, the world struggles with letting go of value. Everybody wants to barricade their value and hold as much as they can. They want just the smallest amounts to trickle through. And I think that a lot of that's because of fear. If people would just open up their floodgates, then more money would flow to more people. But everybody wants to they want to hold what they have. And so for you, it's like, it's harder because maybe you don't, the income and the money of the world doesn't flow through India, maybe as well as others. And so it's it's a demographic problem that, that is just the way the world is. And so if you see the value of the world like rungs of a ladder, everybody's at a different place. And one of the beautiful messages in the Bible is that, Jesus says, be comfortable with who you are, with where you're at, right? Everyone is born into a different existence, different privileges maybe, but all people, all mankind are created equal. And it's not equal in the sense of that we all share the same value, because we don't. We all have wildly different values. We are born into different values. And that's physical, mental, financial, geographical, there's people that are born with physical disabilities that are uncomprehending. There's people that are born with so much money that money is not even a thing to them. Like they could not spend all the money that they inherit. But yet, maybe they're just not very intelligent. Maybe they're born a heavy feeler and they don't have the ability to comprehend what they want to comprehend, right? Like everyone has different struggles and different benefits. And so on that ladder, you can spend your whole life trying to get from one rung to another. But the amount of energy you spend to try to move up the ladder, what can that get you, right? A whole life of struggle. And that's what I think most struggle is in life, is people trying to go from one place, one position to a higher position, or trying to be at a position and try to hold on to it. Where if you lowered your lifestyle, if you lowered your means, you could have a beautiful life filled with amazing things and experiences and people, right? But they want to live above their means, and therefore they struggle, always looking for the deal and the thing to try to make it last. And so Jesus says, be comfortable with who you are, where you are. Everyone is created equal in that everyone has the ability to learn what love is, what community is, who their creator is. Everyone has the equal opportunity to know their creator. And so that goodwill, that mission, that meaning to life that I have, it doesn't matter about my flesh, about my body, about my mind, about my finances, right? I am always looking to just be the best person I can, you know? And so I think it's an important thing, because I live with peace, even though I have very little. And I know that's very subjective, but if I look at the rung of life that I'm on, it's very easy to look down that rung and to see a world of people that are worse off than I am. And just as much as I can look up and see a whole world of people that I think are doing better, but by what measure are you looking? Right? And most people look up and down that rung at what? Money, position, power. What kind of car are they driving? What kind of house are they living in? What kind of food are they eating? And I tell you, those things are unfulfilling. That's no way to look up and down that ladder. And so if I were you, gal, live for peace, live for hope, live for joy, right? Spiritual gifts, not things that if you had, you would have to lose your peace to keep or fight for. All right, let's see where we're at. I'm giving up on the audio since I don't know how to make the audio work. You'll hear the audio when we publish the video. Let's get this back up. All right, moving on. I've really enjoyed this time with you, Gal. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope, one of the things that I like being here, and I like that that you're here, and you're helping me learn a lot. Even just being comfortable speaking and sharing ideas, and like you make this a reward to show up this morning and try a new thing, and then you show up and you're here with me while I do it, and I go, I'm very honored and rewarded by that. And so you're right, I do see that and I value that. And I would love to be able to share that value with you. And maybe time will tell how that, how that happens. But I definitely don't want you to be missing on opportunities because you're here watching me work. So if you say you make videos, take these as examples, glean whatever you can. And it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot to give value to the world. It doesn't take a lot to make your videos and to just share the same ideas, pass them on. And but you can't do it from a place of just turning over or faking. Like, you have to be you. You have to believe what you believe. And if you know that what you have can help someone, share from that place and give from that place, a place of truth and honesty. Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, let's see if we can't finish this video. I think we're right on the cusp of finishing. All right, all the clips are done. Those are all lined up. And then we transition all the way to the end, and that is done. The name of this cup, it's blue and black. It's turning. It's an organic form. It's got some beautiful dark crest. There's some violet in there. It's got a lot of layers. Oh, what's up, Raja? Raja, that's right. CNBR is Raja, and we had a wonderful conversation the last time they were on. Raja does medical document interpretations or translations or writing. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know these things, but I was learning. Raja, thank you for your comment. Me and Gal have been hanging out talking through this whole video. I've been showing, this is my first time setting up the computer to do a screen share. And I've been making one of my pottery videos while screen sharing. Yeah, Raja, welcome. Black and blue. Why don't we just say black and blue, even though it's a little on the nose. Baby, we've been having so much fun. Work is taking so much longer to make.
But you're having fun.
But we're having fun.
Is Gal still there?
Uh-huh. And,
Hi.
Raja showed up a little while ago.
Oh, cool.
All right, we're trying to think of a name for this cup.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking black and blue, but I felt like it was a little too on the nose.
Black and blue. I think it's more sea green or moss green.
It's got some lavender.
What?
I think it's lavender over black, and so
Okay,
then the
black.
lavender breaks blue.
Wait.
Go grab the triangle cup.
Okay.
I'll show you the triangle cup. Let's see, one thing I can do is I can also add,
Don't break it.
I could also add a full screen
Let's see.
video capture, full screen add. There we go. Oh wait, transition. All right, here we go. We just threw in a full screen one. Here's your cup, gal. This was as triangular as I got. And then I trimmed the foot. But it's still greenware, so it's going to be a long time before it makes it. You can set it
I
anyway.
like how you did the kind of that, how it has that inverted triangle.
Like some
at the
panels.
bottom. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
I also like the edge, the lip of it.
I'm gonna like try to drink from it. Where do you want me to sit it? Here?
Yeah, anyway. I also hand carved this edge to give it like a nice crisp edge instead of a rounded edge on the lip. So I think that lip is going to be a nice lip.
Did you see the she said what's the symbol underneath?
That's my initials. It's a K, a J, and a O. And that's how I sign my cups. I hand sign everyone. I only do the initials if the foot is so small that I can't fit my whole name. All right, we are going back. And we are going back. We are back. All right.
So he said they live with their parents too in India.
Where?
He said we live with our parents too.
Oh yeah, Gal, you live with your parents too.
Yeah,
I think it's a great thing.
I think it's a good practice.
Yeah.
Did you have your breakfast?
We love we love this property here. We have a beautiful piece of property and we live with our mother and we all get along great. Yeah, we had breakfast. I had oatmeal with nuts and raisins. That is Leela's meal. And so she made me some of her meal,
Don't forget the chia.
her breakfast, and chia seeds. Yeah, I think that a lot of the stress in America is because there's this notion that when you turn 18, like you have to move out and make it on your own. And then people get strapped with so much debt to just try to get, schooling and education debt. And then they have to get a house or a place to live or apartments and cars. And the next thing you know, they got this huge overhead and they're trying to find work that can pay that off. But then you've got, the next 20, 30, 40 years in debt. Yeah. All right, I cannot think of a name.
I've run into a bit of an issue here. And it used to be once upon a time you could call people and get the answers to your problems.
It's hard to name cups because you're looking at a cup and you're trying to just see the thing that really stands out to you. What'd you say, babe?
I'm just I've gotten an itch in my signing in process, and I think it's the Apple Watch's fault because they want my passcode for my iPhone, which I put in, but then I have a different one for my. Anyway, I'll work on it. So what's
Ocean Cup.
the inside look like?
Gal says Ocean Cup.
Ocean Cup.
What about Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah, it is kind of sea green. What's the inside? look
Deep Blue Sea Green.
like? Deep blue sea green.
Deep Blue Sea Green.
What's that inside look? Oh, pretty. Yeah. I think the deep blue sea
Deep Blue Sea.
might be good. I think it's on the right track. That would be
All
great.
right.
Is
We'll go with that.
Ocean Cup, deep blue sea.
All right. Deep Blue Sea.
It's like there's this song that says "Baby Beluga in the Deep Blue Sea." That's what I think of. What do you think of with deep blue sea?
Deep Blue Sea.
You swim so wild and you swim so free. Okay,
What about Deep Blue Green?
deep blue green. Oh,
Deep Blue Green. Blue Green.
green blue. It's another option.
Blue Green. Blue Beluga.
Deep blue sea.
A wooden colored cup is my fave. Wooden colored. You could get a whoop. You could get a wooden cup.
I have a mug from Kevin. This is my personal coffee cup. It's kind of wooden color.
Oh yeah, that is kind of a wooded.
It also reminds me of leather. And it's got some blue in there. Yeah. This is my favorite cup. Deep blue sea surfer cup.
All right, how about a Deep Blue Surfer? Deep Blue Surfer. All right, Deep Blue Surfer. All right, so now what I got to do is find out what I want to put, what frame I want to put that over. Let's go to the mark. It almost looks like a wave,
Yeah, the inside as well. Looks so.
about right there. All right, so that's going to be our thumbnail. Take a picture of it. Erase that and erase that. And now I take the thumbnail and drop it at the beginning. All right. Here's for the product. See if we can get some music. Can y'all hear that music? It even works good with this song. Although I think I want a different song. Mm, I like that. All right, let's drop that in. Let's drop the beat. All right, let's go with that. All right, I think we're done. Let's export. And we'll get our finished video and upload it. All right, I think we're going to call this a session. Once the video is done, I send it to the encoder, and we're going to drop it in here to export. And once this video is exported, we're going to upload it to YouTube and publish it. We'll see what the final is. So, all right, we're going to call this a done session. Thank y'all for coming by and checking it out. What do we got here? Oh my gosh, look. I never transferred back off of the screen. I never transferred off of the screen.
What? No way.
See, I clicked it, but it did it here, but I didn't transition it over here. Y'all couldn't even see it. Anyways, what we did is we finished the video. We picked the name, The Blue Surfer, and then I put a track on it, and now we are exporting it. So my bad, small little blunder, no big deal. But when this is done exporting, then we'll get it uploaded and we'll see the finished version. So, all right, I can now switch that back and say, all right, take care. Thank y'all for joining us, Gal and Raja. We're going to shut this down and we'll get this uploaded. And then we got to, now it's practically lunchtime. It's past lunchtime. We spent like all morning on this, but I had a really great time talking with y'all. And I think we got some good stuff out of it. So, all right, see y'all later. See y'all soon. Get some sleep.